UStreamRadio.com.
I command you to I command you to
Broadcasting live from the HR Media Control Room here at UStreamRadio.com. Yours truly, Don McKay, and I am joined by my man, Septimius the Great.
That's what's up.
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing good,
Glad
man.
Glad you could make it. By way of DC?
Yes.
Okay.
Live from Baltimore. But
From Baltimore.
DC, yeah.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. You've been very busy, doing a lot of things, a lot of big things. I guess to people that have never heard your sound, how would you describe yourself as an artist? What type of artist are you?
I'm a dance music artist with the influence of pop, almost a lot like Will.i.am.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because I try to use that uniqueness sound where you can't really box it in. It's got a little R&B, it's got a little hip hop, it's got a little dance, it's got a little bit of everything in it.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely like an R&B, Will.i.am artist.
Starting the party.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
right. There you go.
Definitely. How did you get started? What inspired you to get into music?
You know, it's a good question. I was never into music. I went through a breakup about 3 years ago, and to keep myself focused instead of jumping in another relationship, I decided to say, you know what, I've always been surrounded by music. Well, Valerie Simpson is my cousin, Cisco from Drewville is my cousin, but I've never was into it. So I was like, you know, I really want to do one music track for a fashion show that I wanted to do. I said, let me go ahead and give it a try. So that's what made me get into it. And I jumped into it more on the business end of it, learning about copyrights and lawyers and attorneys and accountants and things like that. Because I didn't want it to be just a hobby. I wanted to actually turn it into a business. And the baby started crawling and started walking, and here we are.
And it's good you said that, because a lot of people don't even think about that side of it. So you coming from the business side, good for you in the long run.
Right.
Definitely.
Exactly. I got you.
So I definitely have to commend you on that. So did you meet resistance, or did you get any funny looks from people because like you said, you weren't always into it as a performer?
Exactly.
Well,
exactly.
How did people react to that?
My close friends thought I was crazy. They were like, what are you doing now? And I was like, I want to do music. So I created this whole character. And what happened is, because I did music not to be a recording artist, but I did music to be like a visual artist with music. So I coined the whole formula, meeting with Lady Gaga's management team about how did she make the transition of being a good artist to actually a mega artist. And it was all about the unique look and the sound and the whole gimmick and everything like that.
True.
So that's when I said, okay, I got to create a gimmick, and I'm gonna create this character and go for it. But my character's a little wild, it's in the United States. It's been like, you see the little dog ears go up, like, what are you doing? But overseas, they're like, oh, it's wonderful.
Yes, yeah. It has Europe all over, UK and all that. So what the character? How would you describe the character, and how did you come up with the character?
Well, I was looking for a powerful name, so I looked up like Black Kings, and then I came across Black Emperor. And Septimius Severus was an actual Roman emperor that was from Africa. And I was like, what? And it was comparing him to Barack Obama and things. I'm looking at YouTube videos and Googling, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to use that name Septimius and make it Septimius the Great. Instead of Emperor of Rome, it's to be an Emperor of Music. And then what I did was I said, and by me modeling with local designers like Errol Bannister and Alec Rismic Couture and stuff, I had a collection of clothes that were like 18th century type style. And I was like, I can kind of combine those clothes I have already with this image and kind of create this whole character of Septimius the Great.
See, that's deep.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of the knuckleheads, that's like way over their heads. But that's good. I think it's really good. And then it's messages in there. You did research and put it all together. Everybody doesn't do that. So somebody just come up with just like something crazy. I'm OJ the Juice Man. Just doesn't even like orange juice.
Right.
It's just a name. But definitely. So doing the style of music that you do is definitely heavily influenced, like you said, in the fashion world, and and all of that. So the modeling, you incorporated the modeling with your performances.
Right.
And how did you go about making the transition from the modeling to the recording?
That was a little tough for me because I didn't know about recording at all. I'm in the studio and they're saying stuff like, you know, the hook and then this and the chorus and then, you know, the verse. I'm like, what are they talking about? It's like Japanese. I don't know anything about this. So, you know, I felt as though I was like put into, like, I call it the PhD program for music, like on a fast track. I had to like learn really fast because I didn't want people to take advantage of me because I didn't know a lot. So I had to like really study on my own. And coming from being a model who don't talk at all, you just wear the clothes, shut up and walk,
right.
to like someone actually speaking, you're presenting, you're doing interviews, you know, you actually like, you know, presenting a brand. That was challenging. It was real challenging because I'm used to just sitting back and just smiling and not saying much. So it was a hard transition for me, but because the first song was a fashion song, I felt really comfortable about it because that's what it was all about anyway. The whole thing was about runway fashion show.
Definitely. All right. I definitely hear that. Just tuning in. Let's take a break. I want to look at some of your videos and come back and talk to you some more.
That's what's up. All right.
All night until the evening is done. It feels like South Beach, but it's actually Rome. They say do as the Romans do when in Rome. Wait a minute now, I see a shorty that's hot with exotic Roman flavor. Believe it or not, I said, hey you sexy, and how was your day? You just gave me that smile and stared my way. Wow, look at that one, just as cute as the first. I'll take 1, 2, and 3 to satisfy my thirst. This place is incredible, why'd it take me so long to discover such a city to make a grown man strong when in Rome?
Septimius the Great.
Yes, what's up?
Very well done. How did you get producers to understand what you wanted from them?
It's funny you asked that because when I first started, I went to a studio called Deep Flow Studios here in Baltimore, and Emotion, and I told them my idea, but I didn't have a clear picture of it, so it was almost like house meets hip hop in the beginning. So when I first started off, all the producers I dealt with were all hip hop artists. And I was there and I was enjoying it, but it was something still missing. So then I actually switched over and got turned on to Samir, Debonair Samir, who is into the the house and the Baltimore sound. And he took some of my songs and remixed them, and then after we re-released them to actually get to more define what my sound was going to be.
So they were giving you more just a fast hip hop beats.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Which was good. It was good, but it wasn't. Something was missing. Yeah, so I had to go to the next level. Yeah,
definitely, and you've definitely gone to the next level. I mean, with like the elaborate performances that you do. Do you get any hate?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it's just like, because I started off in the hip hop arena, so I did all these hip hop showcases. Anybody had a showcase, I was on. And it was all hip hop and rappers, you know, and they sitting there looking at me like I'm crazy. You know, I'm calling these promoters saying, okay, yeah, I want to do your show. Do you have a room that I can get dressed in? They was like, what? Like, what? I was like, yeah, you know, I got these 4 dancers. They was like, wait, hold on. So, and then people were starting to look at me like, you know, I had this like diva mentality. You know, because I was asking about, was it film, was it dressing room, you know, blah, 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 blah. But it was only because of the type of show I was bringing. And then, but the most rewarding part is seeing that all of these guys with their mugs, you know, cracked down, like no respect from it all. You see them in the audience looking at me, mugging me, and all of a sudden you start seeing them bounce. And they just bouncing like, yeah, you know what's up? You alright, man, you alright.
You want them over.
You want them over.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. That's definitely good. So who comes up with the choreography and all that stuff?
I kind of leave it open. I have a team right now of about 12 dancers, and then what I do is every time I release a new song, I'll say, hey team, who wants to choreograph to this? And I really like to let people use their own creativity, because I can only do so much because I'm kind of really new at it as well. But I also like to stack creativity on top of each other and make it bigger and better. So my dancers come up with it. And then we all sit around and vote. Is this good? It's not good. All right, switch it, change it up.
That's amazing. What is the most rewarding, the biggest show that you've been a part of?
The biggest show, we talk about this all the time, Barbados Music Awards. That was, yeah, that was, I went down there just to perform on the seminars, but after I performed that first show, they put me directly onto the main stage. I presented, I got to perform and everything, and it was just, that was like rewarding, because I was in a country, no one knew me, you know, it was thousands of people sitting around, and everyone's doing like, you know, reggae dance hall type music, and I'm coming there with Exotic Pleasure, which has this Hindi influence, with a belly dance. I mean, this long 10-foot cape. Wow. But it was like the most rewarding. It was the biggest thing, and I loved it. Yeah.
And it got a good response.
And it got good response. Very, very, very good response. Yeah.
Definitely. How can I say this? What is the give me a downside to the music industry?
Well, it was what I feared in the beginning, coming from a family who was into music, and I saw all the corruption, the drugs, the alcohol, the no money, the break, you know, the line, the lawsuits on top of lawsuits. So me getting into it, and I didn't really tell my family about it at all, what I was doing, but was running across fake people. You know, you run across people to say like, oh, you this, we gonna do that, blah blah, I need this 1,000, that 1,000, here's 2,000, 3,000. You know, my first year, I think I spent about like $18,000 on just like frivolous, dumb stuff. People who would, you know, and I can't really knock a lot of people because they didn't understand my brand. You know, they were all into hip hop and R&B, and that's what they know, and that's what they can promote and move and push. But my brand was so different that I trusted people to say, oh no, we got it, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And I lost a lot of money, and I lost a lot of respect for a lot of people in the industry who were trying to help me, but just really couldn't help me. And I learned from it now is to pre-qualify who is in my circle to take me to, you know, to understands my brand to that next level. Yeah, that was the biggest downfall, man.
Definitely. You know, when you first started, as to now, the internet is so much of a heavy influence and a means to transmit music and fans and all of that. Do you think that it's better with the internet being the way it is, or is it worse, or what? What are your thoughts on that?
I think if an artist is looking to get rich, it's not as easy it is because of the internet. That's definitely. The artists like me, it kind of works for me because I'm an entertainer and a performer, so that I can use the internet as my advantage because I do shows. And I get to see my whole resume is online, you know, the videos and the songs and the interviews and things like that. I think it's easier to put yourself out on a bigger scale of the world because of the internet versus no internet, and you can kind of stay local and regional. So yeah, I mean, it works for me.
So being able to touch the fans, and,
exactly,
and all of that.
Because I don't make money off. I mean, I make money off of the CD sales, but my biggest thing is actually the performances.
Right, definitely. What people that want to see your stuff? How can they see your stuff?
Yeah,
how can they contact you? Social media and all that.
Social media, I learned to have my own website.
Yeah.
So I started off just having Facebook, which I have under Septimius the Great. I got the Twitter, Septimius Music. I even got MySpace because, believe it or not, over Europe, that's all they use.
Yeah, that's true.
Is under Septimius the Great. I got the Reverb Nation, the Septimius the Great. But I learned to have my own website, which is www.septimiusthegreat.com. And within that, I have everything linked there, all my traffic funnels through there. So everybody can find anything. You can contact me. You can link to all my social medias. You got my music on there, my videos, my pictures, my schedule, my store to buy my music. Everything is through septimiusthegreat.com.
Definitely. That's a big part of it. And it's good that you have the whole business side down pat. We were talking off camera about record labels a little bit. Is it your goal to do what? What is your goal? Is your goal to push your brand? Is your goal to sign with a label? What's your goal?
When I first started, all I wanted to do was a record label. I wanted a record deal because the things that I'll think of and want to do is going to require, like, you know, a lot of money. I need that $1 million, $5 million deal or whatever. However, now that I'm in it, have a little bit more experience, and meeting people like Macklemore and I forgot his name, I can't remember. But meeting people who make success as an independent artist, I see now, even though a record label can push you beyond really fast to the masses, you don't really reap the rewards on it except for fame. But being an independent artist, you actually reap the rewards of your money, more of your money to yourself, and you actually keep everything and you get your own creativity and your own voice by being your own artist. So I don't really know. I mean, I still have mad respect for record labels because the things I really want to do, I really can't do on the timeline that I've set for myself on my own without investors and sponsors, but a record label can do that for me. On the flip side of it is because of my brain is so creative and I have so many other ideas, I'm already on the next album already, that as an independent artist, I don't want to kill that creativity or someone try to mold me out.
Right.
So
that's true.
Yeah. So it depends. You know, we can come. Your record labels y'all can come on out, talk real talk, and we see if it looks right on paper.
But the paper gotta be right.
Right. That's right.
The paperwork gotta be right.
That's right.
Let's take a look at one of your videos and then come back and talk about your upcoming project and all that stuff.
That's what's up. All right.
I am fashion, Chanel, Fendi, Versace, Sean John, Burberry, Valentino, and the list goes on. Dolce, Gabbana, Dior, Darion, Armani, Mugler, the list goes on. Hey, I'm looking good, I'm looking fine, I'm sexy as shh. I can't live without my shh. I can't live without my shh. Hey, I'm looking good, I'm looking fine, I'm sexy as shh. I can't live without my shh. I can't live without my shh. Hey, I'm looking good, I'm looking fine, I'm sexy as shh.
Alright, so we are back. I want to talk about your new music, your new project. What's the new single?
The new single right now is called Command You to Dance. It just got released on at the beginning of May. And it has the Baltimore club influence along with dance music. That's produced by Debbie.
Definitely shout out to him.
Yeah. See, I told you, Smee, I was looking out for you, right? And what I'm doing is my album is already completed. The whole To Be Emperor album is done. But right now, every couple of months, I'm releasing a single to actually build up to the full album release. So all 13 tracks are done, it's ready, and then we're just releasing everything on iTunes and Amazon, all that kind of stuff.
So you're a student of the game.
Yeah.
You're dropping singles and building anticipation. That's the way that's done.
That's what's up.
Everybody doesn't know that though. Some people just throw the album out and like, why is it not selling?
Right.
It's out. But yeah, so that's good. When do you anticipate to drop?
September. Yeah, right now it's scheduled for September. It depends on how the different singles. This is my third single off of it that's been released. It depends on how the success of each single is. If the singles are doing really well, I'm gonna push it back a little further to let the singles, kind of run its course. But we're looking at September. Yeah.
Very good. So what's the concept for this?
It's called To Be Emperor, and what it does, it takes you the whole journey of who Septimius is, about the whole Roman emperor, who his whole background is, and then going into a modern age of emperor of music. So I'm actually telling the story of who actually Septimius Severus is. In every song, I have some type of tidbit called the Black History fact inside of the actual music. Yep.
I know that Diamond K is a part of who I wanted to be.
Okay.
And as a child, I was shy, not really incredibly good with the women, but as I got to become Diamond K, I said I can eliminate all of my insecurities and just be what I want to be, and that's how But there's a difference between the two, I guess. Around my family, I'm not that. What is is there a difference between Septimius, the artist, and you?
Yes, there's a big difference. I'm a lot like you. I was really shy. Even as a model, I hated talking and being on stage. But Septimius is it has to come across as this emperor, super confident, owns the world and everything. But it's funny when I go to a store, to a show or something. I like to chill in the audience with everybody. So I'm like this, dressed like this, normal, and hear people talking about Septimius and stuff. I'm looking like, yo, whatever, I'm Septimius. Oh, whatever, you lying, la 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 la. I'm like, okay. So I figured, order a couple drinks. I'm relaxed. I'm having fun. But then when I go backstage, I transform with costumes and stuff. I become Septimius, and this is real confident being, you know, taking over the world and the music industry, and that's what depicts me on stage. But as soon as I come off the costumes, I'm back outside, back out in the audience chilling.
Do you, when you perform, do you actually look at the crowd, or are you looking past them?
I look at every last one of them, yeah. Especially if I look through the crowd and see if I see a couple of head boppers or some smiles, and if I see a couple of them, I zone right into them. Especially the ladies, I go right to them, and I'm singing from I Am Fashion. I Am Fashion. Who's the sexiest? You the sexiest. We going back and forth, you know. And I'll bring women also on the stage with me too. So I like that kind of crowd participation. I don't look past them. I like to look right in their face because I want them to not only, you know, buy my music, but actually become part of my fan base. Like Lady Gaga got her monsters. I got my little Romans. You know what I'm saying? So I call them my little
Very good.
Yeah, right?
You got, yeah, that's definitely. Definitely thank you for taking time to come and talk with me. Anything that you want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, well, I just want to say I'm really, you know, honored to be here. Like I was talking off air, is, you know, a lot of my success has been overseas, but I really want to build my home base because I'm from Baltimore. I respect the music here, and I see that the love that Baltimore and the DMV area actually is giving me, and I'm really proud to be a part of the DMV area and actually be a groundbreaking pioneer of what I do for this area. So thanks to people like you, absolutely, I can tell my story.
Definitely. and you're definitely welcome to come through whenever. You know, definitely before or right after the album drops. I definitely want to sit down and talk with you again. So it's coming soon. And it's a concept album.
That's right.
And so you're saying there's a story connected with it.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm talking about toga party with the women, the grapes, the pedal throwers, you know, all that stuff.
Where do you find a toga?
Right.
Amazon. Okay.
Right. That's right. Amazon, Party City. You know, you can go for it. Yeah.
Definitely. Once again, your website, SeptimiusTheGreat.com.
Exactly.
Very simple. Social networking, Septimius the Great.
Yep.
Definitely. On UStreamRadio.com, you can also have links to your site there. So I thank you for coming through.
Thank you, man. Thank you a lot. I appreciate that.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
UStreamRadio.com